Look, I don't blame coaches. You know, I've got friends that are playing with 27-year-olds and they feel bad. I said, don't feel bad. We don't have any rules. Why should you feel bad? But let me give you this. Real simple. The rules be's the rules. So if you put your name in the draft, I don't care if you're from Russia and you stay in the draft, you can't play college basketball. Well, that's only for American kids. What? If your name is in that draft and you got drafted, you can't play because that's our rule. Yeah, but that's only for American kids. Okay, now, here's the next lawsuit. Well, we don't have a say over European players. You do if they're playing in college basketball. So that means you don't have a say over high school kids. So whatever a high school kid does before he comes here, don't you do one thing because there's a suit. Because what you're saying is, if he's in Europe, we don't have the same rules. What?
Doing guys mid-season.
Yeah, let's go. You got anybody for me? Let's go. You got any eligibility left?
I have 4 years. I don't know if you want me on the
roster.
roster.
Let's put it in. Let's see if we can get you some eligibility here.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but are you pursuing anybody?
Yeah, you have to. Whoever's out there, you try to pursue. You know, like it's a weird world. You know, I'd like to get a 36-year-old with 4 kids and hungry for a job. I'd like to get one of those guys. We'll see if one of those guys is available. But yeah, I mean, you got to pursue, you know, any lead that you have, anybody, and then got to go through all the steps to try to make it happen. It's very complex.
Well, I say to you, if a kid transfers 4 times, is he going to graduate from that school? There's no way. You can't graduate. So now you're going to be done playing without a college degree. You have no ties to the last school you went to where they feel that you're from Arkansas, you played here, we're here, you're going to have opportunity. That's done. You're offered $55,000 in your first job, and you go, what? $55,000? Do I have to show up? Are they going to, you got me an apartment, right, or a car? I mean, I'm worried about mental health. Mental health. That, look, I've been poor. And you know what's worse than being poor? Coming across some money and then being poor again. That's the worst. That's probably why I'm cheap, because I'm not going back there. But yeah. So my thing is, and I've been pushing this, you can transfer once without penalty. Because you picked the wrong school, the coach lied to you, there was another player that came that you didn't know about, one time. And after that, you got to sit. Because what do you think they're transferring for? Somebody help me here. Why are they say it? That's it. It isn't because they're mad at this or that. I can extort you, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going over here. If we cure that, I've been saying it for 5 years, no one listens to me. My dog, I call him, he runs the other way. My wife doesn't listen to me, no one listens. If we cure the transfer rule, 70% of our problems go away. We can deal with all the other stuff.
So now, from the high school coach perspective. So again, I'm a high school coach. I would consider myself an elite high school coach of talented kids that want to go off to play college sports, college basketball. So that's the ultimate driver that, or the selling point that for my program is that, hey, come to this program. We're going to try to get you ready the best way possible for the next level, or whatever next level that may be. A lot of guys' next level may just be, you know, playing college somewhere next year. If it's an opportunity for them to play, you have an outlet for them. But the next level can be Division I, Division II, NAIA, junior college, all the above. So when you come, we're always been in a situation where it's been like, hey, you want to work hard, you want to get to this, that, and the third, come here. We're going to try to build you up so you can continue your playing career. Now with this story right here, it's kind of blurring the lines a little bit. We got to talk and have an honest conversation about this because, again, I'm a coach, I'm a dad, I'm a father, I'm trying to instill certain values in the kids that I'm coaching, even as a youth coach, for kids to get to a certain point. But now this story is kind of blurring the lines a little bit. Okay, so for people that haven't been covering this story or don't even know about this story, so James, and I want to get his name right, Nnaji, all right, is a Nigerian basketball center, all right, and he has a quite an unusual path from Europe to the United States. So he was born in 2004. He was selected number 31 overall in the 2023 NBA draft, all right. He was recognized for his athleticism, rim protection, and his size, okay? So again, he was born 6'11". He was drafted in the second round by Detroit, okay? But the Knicks have his draft rights. And so that's kind of where things start to get a little sticky. So this guy has just been ruled eligible by the NCAA to be able to compete as early as Saturday. So all eyes are going to be on Baylor Bears University, a big time school in Texas. What's going to happen when this guy touches the floor? What's going to happen when this guy steps on the floor, scores his first basket? Because now it's going to set the whole college basketball world on his head based off of all of this stuff that's going on. Okay, 2025, okay, he joined the Baylor Bears mid-season, becoming the first drafted player to suit up for an NCAA program, okay? Head coach Scott Drew described him as an exceptional young man with elite defensive potential, okay? So again, he's a defensive player, so he's not gonna wow you with his skill set as far as shooting the basketball. He's out there with a 7'7" wingspan. He's 6'11", and I think they got him weighing 250. So he's a big guy, okay? And all they need him for is to grab rebounds, set screens, just do the dirty work, okay? But again, this is the problem that we're running into, okay? I feel like this is just wrong. I feel like it hurts the coach from the aspect of developing players, all right? And what message are we sending to the kids now, being a high school player who's already struggling with some of these kids don't know the difference between the game of NBA game versus college basketball game. Some kids still have trouble deciphering the difference between developmental and exposure, okay? Are you trying to get better, or with the skill set that you have right now, are you trying to get exposed on the scene for people to see what you have going on? And then I think the last thing, that what type of a blurry message of what we're sending the kids is, again, educational versus business. From the beginning, college basketball has always been a situation where you go get you a degree, you get that piece of paper, you learn what it's like to be on a college campus, a college setting, with minimal time to take care of your business and to be able to do everything and just a little bit in a nutshell to what the real world is going to be like. And so now we're in a situation where education versus business. So the NCAA whole model and the concept is really being thrown out of the window. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was just being objective in this situation, because I'm telling all of the pitfalls, that things that may happen as far as the coach's standpoint, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to treat this like this is just doom and gloom. Some of the better coaches, the better programs, the better basketball minds will find a way to get stuff done in this climate no matter what. You just have to keep educating yourself on what's going on out there. But why I think some of this stuff is going to make sense and is going to help kids out in the long run, just based on being a player first mentality, because as a coach, I've always rooted for my players, and I always wanted to be the coach that players wanted to play for. So one thing, how I feel about this situation is now kids or students or players have freedom to pretty much pick and choose what they want to do. And as crazy as that stuff may sound, I feel like now college coaches have to do a better job of building relationships. Because if you build a good relationship with a kid, word is going to get back that you are a solid person. You are somebody that families or players want to go play for, and you're going to be able to attract certain type of players and certain attributes to your program. Regardless, you just have to build better relationships. But not everybody in this whole situation is going to be ruined by allowing that kid to play at Baylor. It's kind of messed up, but on the same token is you still have NILs that's still out there. All right. And so now you still have an opportunity to build your brand up. All right. Earn a little money, grow, get stronger, mature emotionally. At the same time, not having to deal with the financial burden that a lot of us grew up dealing with, as far as figuring out what are you going to do after your playing career is over with, or how do you keep up with just living a lifestyle of a kid that doesn't have to think about the craziness of getting a job, working extra hours just so I can feed myself. No, NIL, some of these programs are giving kids money so that all you have to do is focus on your craft, focus on your skill, and you will have money to enjoy yourself. In years past, back when I played, you just had to suck it up. You know, some of us was getting, a couple little things here and there, but at the same token, it's just kind of like, you have to appreciate just being a college athlete. A lot of college athletes are broke. That's the only time in your life that you get a chance to be broke and things will be okay. Okay. So at the end of the day, the bigger picture is always making sure that we're setting ourselves up for what life is like once that ball stops bouncing. If giving these kids NIL deals, money, for whatever reason to start off your life for the real world, hats off to you. I'm with that. But I'm eager to see what's going to happen with this situation. I don't feel like it's going to be all doom and gloom for the game of basketball just because we allowing this guy to come and play for Baylor. Does it suck? Absolutely. But we still have to be in a situation where we're coming up with what type of solutions that we can start throwing out there in the atmosphere to help coaches, administrations, help schools, or just get the dialogue going. All right. So again, just to recap, I feel like, we need to have a clear pathway to be able to explain to high school families, hey, this is how you get there. And right now, we don't have a clear pathway to be able to articulate and tell a parent, hey, this is how you get there. Okay. I feel like moving forward, it needs to be some type of mandatory educational benchmarks that are tied into this NIL money. Okay. You just giving out money left and right without giving kids proper education on, hey, are you paying taxes on that money? And are you paying taxes on that money from every state that you're going to? Does that play a part? Okay, so that type of education I think needs to be tied in to the NIL that they give to these student athletes. Okay, and then developing a proper structure to be able to explain to everybody, hey, this is how we're doing it, this is how this works, and this is how we're going to do this moving forward, and have every stakeholder involved in that process, and not just be the people with the biggest bag can make the decisions, because at the end of the day, that's going to always get chaotic and just crazy. So players, all right, freedom is good, but without structure, we're not empowering our kids. We're confusing them, and confusing them is the fastest way to lose the next generation. So I'm eager to hear what everybody has to say about these videos. I want the conversation to get going. I want the conversation to start. Let's keep it going to come up with some solutions for this, because right now we're talking about James Nnaji, and tomorrow we can be talking about a kid from St. Louis. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and I'll check you on the next video.